I'm a step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. The fair got my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. After life in 9/11, folks. Matt back, liquor clean. Dead presses in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a penny hoe.
Over here empty your pockets. I don't do that. You might press me. You know what I tell you? Get over here. He's gonna get this.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
We want back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake them up, the champs is in, We want back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Right back to him on first down. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Cousins rolling to his into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Onto the field now come the Bears. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A good pickup there, a 22.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now out comes Minnesota. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll run with Cook. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's the fullback, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, it was 2nd and goal. You're in there close. That's the fullback's comfort zone.
Not only is it his comfort zone, it's an expectation. That's what he's supposed to do. Turn and hand it to him. Big guys fire out. Find your way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Forced in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Levante David coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Gotta go.
They go play action. Trubisky into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Yellow. Here we go.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Handoff comes to Cook, and he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Gun.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you. It keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Red, up. Red, up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. Because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Red, up.
On 1st down, Trubisky. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Trubisky will throw. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. Buying time to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They run, Cook. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back on that counter play? That's what you need for a good counter. You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run. They run again on 1st down, Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They run the counter with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
18.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They're going to run this with a tight end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on first down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Dancing to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, a 22. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now Brissett, the backup, his first throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Brissett. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A give. This is Cook. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brissett to throw on first. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 15 yards down to the 15 and a first down.
Ohio!
Brissett on first down. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down.
Lock in.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 39 that time. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. We have hit half, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Cook following the penalty. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Brissett sets to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Brissett now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lewis. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back to the ground, Cook. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Brissett now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Brissett flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Brissett now. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He gets away from one. Lamar Miller, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Lamar Miller with officially a 103-yard return. And the Bears cut into that lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
2nd down, Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. It got his man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Brissett now on second down. There he goes inside the 30. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And all the way down. To the 25-yard line. Brissett now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
They pitch it out to Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Now Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Trubisky to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A good pickup there at 22. On first down, Murray. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw is Brissett. Staying on his feet. And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. To throw, Brissett. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Lock in.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Linval Joseph in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. Still shedding tackles. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. That was 2nd down run for Murray. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So they settled for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily The coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Reds up!
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Throw left side, complete. It's Burton. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
18.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anderson Aho, and this one will be brought back to the 22. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Again, it's Murray. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4.
4 down, check, 4 down.
10th carry of the game now. Murray. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Minnesota, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the run to begin the season is over as they drop to 9-1 now on the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.